Hey everybody, Allison here with South Lane Goldens for our week 2 video of our Shelby and Tommy litter. I've got my big helper Luke here, my son Luke. He is going to star in this video with me as well. He is helping me with the socialization process of these puppies. You'll see we're getting them used to being handled. We also work on flipping them over, running their fingers through their paw pads, and also through their gums. But we're still only at week 2, and you can see that we're not doing a whole lot except pretty much eating and sleeping. I promise that this video or these videos will get more interesting as we go along. Their eyes are open now, so I will show you that in the videos. Miss White right here was the first one to open her eyes, and you'll see Mr. Blue. He's the one that's got his arm around his little brother right there. So this is Mr. Orange. We've got Mr. Green right here. This is Miss White, Mr. Blue, Mr. Brown, Mr. Black, Miss Pink, and Miss Purple. As we get a little bit further along and they get a little bit older and their coats get thicker, for the videos we will tie ribbons around their collars. That's the color of their collar, so that you can tell who's who. And I promise Luke doesn't have a favorite. He just, right now, he is fooling Mr. Orange. But we work on holding all of them, so he's just getting the spotlight for right now. They're also trying to get up and walk. They're kind of in that stage where they're look like baby deer. They stand up and they wobble and they kind of fall over. So it will not be long until we are, you want to trade out? There you go. Until once they learn to walk, the next thing, seems like the next day they are in full sprint, running all over the place. They get their pedicures pretty frequently, which gets them used to having their nails trimmed. That's going to help with the grooming part for when they're older. Also, Mama Shelby really appreciates the short nails. So that's something, make sure that you know how to trim their nails. If you don't, ask your vet to show you. Obviously, you can cut them too short. So just make sure that is something that you know what you're doing before you start doing that. But you do want to get them in a regular routine, whether it's brushing their teeth, or getting them groomed, trimming their nails, all those fun things. So, just a little bit of information for today. Anything else we want to add before we go over their weight, buddy? I will say that Mr. Orange is a mama's boy, and he loves people. So he gets very attached, loves all the attention. So he is slightly spoiled, but Luke does hold all the puppies. So I'm going to go over all their weights. And then, you want to start with the boys or the girls first, Luke?
Girls.
Girls, ladies first? Okay, we're going to go with the ladies first. Our largest girl is Miss Pink. Miss Pink is now 2.5 pounds. So everyone is in the 2-pound mark. Really big, healthy litter of puppies, doing really good. And if you can see, look at her eyes right there. You can see her little eyes are open. Now they still can't see real far away or anything, but their eyes are open. Ooh. And their pigment has really come in well. Their little noses are turned black, paw pads are black. Look at this, she's falling asleep. But yeah, we get them used to being handled. Flip them over, and you'll see, I'll show you each one today. Just how they are when they're flipped over on their back. You can see she's doing really well as far as being relaxed. That's a good girl. So this is Miss Pink, our largest female, at 2.5 pounds. Your little boy sound asleep, Luke. Next in size, we have Miss White. Miss White is 2.3 pounds. So she was the first to open her eyes. I don't know if you can see them right there. Hey, what'd you see? I'll do the same. So she's 2.3 now. Very good. You can see she relaxes. She's not fighting it. Good girl. run her fingers through her paw pads.
I think mine's having a dream.
Yours is dreaming?
Doing.
You think he's maybe like chasing squirrels or something?
Probably.
Chasing squirrels. All right, so this was Miss White, 2.3. Our smallest female, who's not far behind at all, is Miss Purple. Miss Purple seems a little bit more laid back. She tends to she'll kind of distance herself. She doesn't always have to be in the pack, a little bit more independent. Of course, we're only 2 weeks, so that can change. That's just one thing that we've noticed about her. She's 2.1 pounds, so not far behind at all. So this is Miss Purple. She took a second longer to calm down than the other two, but she has relaxed and has fallen asleep. See her little face?
I don't know if this guy's having a nightmare or not, but he's moving a lot.
Yeah, he's just dreaming. That's Miss Purple. All right, next for our largest male, so those are our 3 girls. For our largest male, we have old chunky Mr. Green. Mr. Green is 2.66 pounds. You have a belly. Oh man. Look at this, he is asleep. Sitting here holding him, he's sound asleep.
How many boys are there?
There are 5 boys.
Imagine there are 3 girls and 9 boys.
He has a really blocky face. Look at this, he didn't even wake up when I flipped him over.
In my class, there's only 3
Only
girls,
3 girls at school.
and like 9 boys.
So this is Mr. Green, our big guy, with that real blocky look on his face, at 2.6. All right, Luke, I gotta steal your puppy.
But I think he's eating something in his dream.
Got a good dream going. So this is Mr. Orange. Mr. Orange is 2.48. So our biggest guy is 2.66. Orange is right there at 2.48. He's got a really thick coat. Gonna be a real pretty boy. Same thing. Flip him over. You hungry? So this is Mr. Orange, 2.48. Next, look at this face. Look at these two. You can zoom in. You have to put him down in your lap. There you go. Put your hand underneath him. There you go. All right, so next we have Mr. Blue. Woo! Hey, I woke you up. I'm sorry. Mr. Blue is 2.2 pounds. These guys are super sleepy today. So this is Mr. Blue. You can see his eyes are open real good. All right, also tied with Mr. Blue, as far as size goes, oh, I know, y'all are so sleepy, is Mr. Black. He's also 2.2, and I don't think he's gonna wake up for this. I think he's just gonna sleep right through it. I just want you guys to see all of them be flipped over on their back and see how they handle that. If he starts to fidget, we'll just calm him down. It's okay. So this is Mr. Black. I think they're a little small for the tennis ball, but it won't be long. It won't be long. Our smallest guy and our smallest puppy is Mr. Brown. He's 2 pounds, so not a huge gap. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a runt or anything like that, or that he's going to be a small guy. They just kind of growing at different paces. His eyes are open real good.
Who's the smallest one?
Mr. Brown, 2 pounds.
The one you're holding?
The one I'm holding. So this is Mr. Brown. Yeah. And I'll put them down here and see if I can't spread them out a little bit, because they will try to crawl to get back to each other. Maybe you guys can see that. I hate to wake them up, but I know you want to see them move around for the video. So let's see if we can. Yeah, see, look, we got Brown right here, kind of in the wobbly stage where they're trying to get their footing. White's starting to crawl around. And then in a minute, they'll start to cry. Because they are calling for their mom. If they get away from their pack, they'll cry out. I guess I didn't wake Pink up. There you go. You guys want to get back? There you go.
Orange just over here sleeping.
Orange is sound asleep. We'll get Miss White. You're headed the wrong way. There you go. Couple of things. The puppies will go for their first round of shots when they are 6 weeks old. If your puppy is not staying for training, then you'll need to go ahead and make sure you have an appointment for their second round of shots when they are 9 weeks old. So go ahead and contact your vet. I know sometimes they stay pretty booked, so they'll need shots when they are 9 weeks, 12 weeks, and 15 weeks old. When they do come home, we will send their vet records that show what shots they have received, when they're due for their next round, but just want to go ahead and give you guys a heads up on go ahead and make that appointment for that 9-week shots. They will also be microchipped when they come home to you. Oh, bless you, bless you. They will be microchipped when they come home to you. And I'll make sure that you have that information. We'll go over all that before you get them. You'll get their AKC papers. Of course, if you guys have any questions about, hey, what do I need to do to start planning for my puppy to come home, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Make sure you've checked out the supply list that we posted to this blog so that you're ready, because you will blink and it will be time for these guys to go home. All of our females are reserved. We do have a couple of males left on this litter. So if anybody has any questions about that, just let me know. We'll see you back here next week for our week 3 video, and I promise it will be more entertaining. Have a good week.
Or just saying bye.